Have you ever noticed how some days you feel vibrant and full of life, while others leave you wondering where all your energy went? Maybe you caught yourself thinking, I'm over 60. Maybe this is just how it's supposed to feel. But here's the truth. It doesn't have to be that way. The food you eat plays a massive role in how you feel, how long you live, and how much joy you can squeeze out of every single day. After 60, your body deserves a little extra care, and small changes to your diet can make a world of difference. Today, we're diving into something critical for anyone who wants to live longer and feel better. Avoiding 4 common diet mistakes that can quietly steal your health. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll have practical, easy-to-follow tips to eat smarter, boost your vitality, and maybe even add a few extra years to your life. Let's start with the first mistake. Eating too much processed food. Now, I get it. Those pre-packaged meals, frozen dinners, or even that bag of chips calling your name from the pantry are convenient. After a long day, who has the energy to cook from scratch? But here's the thing. Those foods are often loaded with sodium, unhealthy fats, and artificial additives that can wreak havoc on your body. Over time, too much sodium can raise your blood pressure, putting strain on your heart. And those trans fats, they can clog your arteries and sap your energy. I'm not saying you have to swear off convenience entirely, but making small swaps can be a game changer. For example, instead of reaching for frozen pizza, try tossing together a quick salad with some grilled chicken or a handful of nuts. It takes just a few minutes, and your body will thank you. If you're someone who loves a crunchy snack, swap out those chips for air-popped popcorn or sliced veggies with a little hummus. These choices give you the nutrients your body craves without the hidden dangers. The key is to keep it simple. Stock your kitchen with whole foods like fruits, vegetables, and lean proteins, and you'll naturally crowd out the processed stuff. Now, let's talk about another big mistake: not getting enough protein. As we age, our muscles naturally lose strength, and that can make everyday tasks, like carrying groceries or climbing stairs, feel harder than they used to. Protein is like the building block that keeps your muscles strong and your body resilient. But here's where a lot of folks over 60 slip up. They don't eat enough of it. Maybe you're cutting back on meat to save money, or you're worried about cholesterol, or you just don't think about protein as much as you should. Whatever the reason, skimping on protein can lead to weaker muscles, slower recovery from injuries, and even a weaker immune system. So how do you fix this? Aim to include a source of protein in every meal. It doesn't have to be complicated. A couple of eggs with your breakfast, a piece of grilled fish or chicken at lunch, or even a handful of beans tossed into a soup for dinner can do the trick. If you're plant-based, don't worry. Foods like lentils, chickpeas, tofu, or even a scoop of peanut butter are fantastic options. A friend of mine, Linda, who's 68, started adding a small serving of Greek yogurt to her breakfast every morning. She told me she feels stronger and has more energy to keep up with her grandkids. That's the kind of difference protein can make. So, now that we got a handle on cutting back on processed foods and boosting our protein, let's dive into the next big diet mistake that can trip us up after 60, ignoring hydration. I know, drinking enough water might sound like the simplest thing in the world, but it's something so many of us overlook. As we age, our sense of thirst can dull, so you might not even realize you're dehydrated until you're feeling sluggish, foggy, or even a little dizzy. Dehydration can also mess with your digestion, make your joints ache, and put extra stress on your kidneys. And here's a kicker. Sometimes we mistake thirst for hunger, so you might be reaching for a snack when what your body really needs is a glass of water. The fix? Make hydration a habit. Aim for about 8 glasses of water a day, but don't stress about counting every ounce. Keep a reusable water bottle nearby, maybe one with a fun design that makes you smile, and sip from it throughout the day. If plain water feels boring, try adding a slice of lemon, cucumber, or even a sprig of mint for a little zing. My neighbor Tom, who's 72, started carrying a water bottle with him everywhere after his doctor pointed out how dehydration was making his afternoon naps feel more like crashes. He says he feels sharper and has more energy for his evening walks now. Herbal teas or even a splash of fruit juice in your water can count too, but steer clear of sugary sodas or energy drinks. They'll do more harm than good. Another mistake we need to watch out for is eating too many refined carbs. You know those fluffy white breads, pastries, or sugary cereals that taste so good, but leave you hungry an hour later? Those are the culprits. Refined carbs spike your blood sugar, which can lead to energy crashes and, over time, increase your risk of diabetes or heart issues. After 60, your body doesn't handle those sugar swings as well as it used to, and those extra pounds from too many carbs can creep up fast, putting strain on your joints and heart. But don't worry, you don't have to give up carbs entirely. The trick is to choose complex carbs that keep you full and steady. Think whole grains like quinoa, brown rice, or oats instead of white bread or sugary snacks. For example, swap out that morning donut for a bowl of oatmeal topped with some berries and a sprinkle of nuts. It's just as comforting, but gives you lasting energy. I remember my Aunt Clara, who's 65, used to love her daily croissant. When she switched to whole grain toast with avocado, she noticed she wasn't craving sweets as much and had more stamina for her gardening. Small changes like that add up. If you're a restaurant and the bread basket is calling your name, ask for a side of veggies instead. It's a simple way to stay on track without feeling deprived. Now that we've tackled hydration and refined carbs, let's wrap up a final point that can make a huge difference in how you feel every day. Not eating enough colorful fruits and vegetables. You probably heard this advice before, but after 60, it's more important than ever. Those vibrant reds, greens, yellows, and purples aren't just pretty. They're packed with vitamins, antioxidants, and fiber that keep your body humming along. As we age, our immune system needs a little extra support, and those nutrients help fight off illness, keep your heart healthy, and even boost your mood. Plus, fiber keeps your digestion smooth, which can be a real game changer if you've been dealing with constipation or bloating. The mistake a lot of folks make is sticking to the same old foods, maybe a plain salad or just an apple here and there, when variety is what your body craves. Try to eat the rainbow every day. For instance, toss some spinach and red bell peppers into your morning omelet. Snack on a handful of blueberries, or roast a mix of carrots, zucchini, and eggplant for dinner. It doesn't have to be fancy. My friend Susan, who's 70, started adding a new vegetable to her meals each week, like trying out kale or beets for the first time. She says she feels more energized and even looks forward to experimenting in the kitchen. If fresh produce is hard to come by or too pricey, frozen fruits and veggies are just as nutritious and often easier on the wallet. Just make sure to check the labels for added sugars or sodium. So, let's bring this all together. Eating smarter after 60 isn't about following some strict diet or giving up the foods you love. It's about making small, thoughtful choices that add up to a healthier, longer life. Cutting back on processed foods means you're giving your heart and arteries a break. Getting enough protein keeps your muscles strong, so you can keep doing the things you enjoy, whether it's playing with your grandkids or tending to your garden. Staying hydrated helps you feel sharp and keeps your body running smoothly. And choosing complex carbs and colorful produce gives you steady energy and the nutrients you need to thrive. These aren't massive overhauls. They're simple swaps and habits you can start today. Picture yourself feeling lighter, stronger, and more vibrant in just a few weeks. That's the power of these changes. I'd love to hear from you. Have you tried any of these tips before? Or is there a favorite fruit or veggie you're adding to your plate? Drop a comment below and share your story. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more tips to live your best life at any age. Here's to feeling great and making every day count.